So we are learning how to record and export audio in Ableton Live. Okay. To do that, first we have to check that our audio interface which is connected to our Ableton Live to input the recording. Okay. So basically we need an input device to record our voice, instrument, whatever. To do that, in Windows computer you have to go to options and check for the settings page. Okay, settings option. Once you choose the settings option, I'm in Mac, so I use preferences. So the same thing will be available for Windows in settings. So once you found the settings, it will give all the options like look and feel, tempo, MIDI, file folders, so many. So we no need to worry about all those things. Initially we just go to the audio device, which is more essential thing. So go to audio device and click on that driver type. In the driver type you have to choose ASIO. Okay, please note that ASIO. Once you select ASIO, you have to search for that in the input device and output device. You have to choose for the Focusrite in your case. Okay, I have so many of this, so but you have to choose what you have installed, that is your Focusrite, so that it takes input from your hardware audio device. Okay, that we also call it as digital to analog to digital converter. Okay, so our voice is analog voice, that signal has to be converted into machine language, that is digital. Okay, so that's why we use that Focusrite interface, audio interface we call it as in general, audio interface. Or sometimes some mixers also will work with a USB. Whatever you connect your computer through USB for getting input from mic, that is audio device, it's a audio converter. Basically it converts our normal signal to digital signal. So this is one of the very basic and essential information about recording audio. So this same with any software, not only with Ableton Live, any software we need to use such device. In case if you are not using any such device, you can have USB microphone and you can connect to your through your computer, laptop or whatever. So the same device will appear here, but you have to choose here ASIO, and you have to have a ASIO driver installed in for Windows especially. That is the one of the best thing. So don't bother about anything else here. Whatever the default settings, let it be. Close it. Let's move to this area where our tracks are placed. So we have 4 tracks now: MIDI and audio. For instance, we no need MIDI because you are not recording with the MIDI, you are just recording with the audio. So I am going to delete this. Right click, click on the track, right click, it will appear all these options. Choose for delete. Okay, I have only one audio track now. So to record my voice, I have to first you have to set few things here. In the input section we have to input external input first. Once we choose external input, it start capturing the signal from our audio interface. So if I change that no input to no input, for example, see there is no input found here, external input. After this external input I have to choose right input. Okay, we have several inputs. If I choose input 1, in my case I am connected my mic to second input, so if I choose input 1, it's not showing. In your case you might have connected your mic to input 1, you have to choose input 1 there. Okay, choose the right input. When you speak, signal starts. If not, signal is not giving this light up, you have to check in your hardware, that box. Okay, audio interface box. If you are using condenser microphone, you have to turn on 48 volt phantom power. If not, you have to use regularly with the dynamic microphone. Okay, so closely look, all observe all those things. So everything is intact. Once everything is intact, you just go with the recording, test recording with, here this is a record arm button, we call it as arm, or we can simply say in our common language selecting the track. Okay, select the track and light up this recording enable. Okay, enable the recording for the particular track. Unless you click on this, it won't record. Okay, it just not record because it's not enabled recording here. So now we have to enable the recording by clicking this record enable button or arm button, we call it as in general. Okay, so don't touch any of these things, and you have to start with, you start with recording here. Okay, to record you just need to click on this record button, nothing to do with all these things. Okay, just click on the record, it starts the clicking. That clicking is based on your tempo. Okay, and what is the measure here for 1 bar or 2 bar, how many counts it's supposed to be pre-recording, that knock will be there. Okay, so it makes your mind to understand what you are recording. Okay, so my voice is recording now here, so I'm going to stop speaking so that you can see the difference. Hope you got it. That silence is when I stopped speaking, so that it's completely totally fine. I am able to record. This way you have to test your voice and signal inflow, everything. Once you tested this, you can stop recording. Just stop button, the square button, so it stops recording. Once you stop the recording, you just right click on this and you can either click on delete button, it will delete. Okay, you can delete the track. Sorry, select the track first. Select the track, go to the beginning, and the top of audio there is a square bar mark will be there. Click on that, then it will be selected. Once it is selected only it can be deleted. If you accidentally deleted, you just hold Control and press Z key on your keyboard, it will be appear back. So Control Z, this is common operation across any software in the world, like not only audio, in your Word, Excel, PowerPoint, same thing. Okay, like that. So now I'm going to delete this, finish. So now again I have to start fresh recording, and for instance now I have to show how to record with karaoke. So I'm recording with karaoke now. I am taking karaoke from this desktop folder. So as discussed, we have to add a folder where we need to access the files. So I have added the desktop folder in the list so that I can access easily every time whatever the files I want here. Okay, otherwise I have to go to my desktop or any other place. I have to find out the file where it is, and I have to drag and drop here. We have option to drag and drop here, otherwise we can get it from here simply. Okay, so I'm choosing one file here, so which has some music. Okay, so once I click any file here, it gives me audio preview. To get that preview, this you can see that mouse cursor here, there's a headphone button that should be turned on, green, blue in my case, depends on the theme what you have. Okay, if not, it's not, the light is not glowing, it is off. So if it is running in the background also, you can't listen. So make sure that it is turned on. So once you turned on that, once you click on the any file you want to listen, it will give sound, it will give you a preview of that sound, so that you make sure that this is what I wanted to import. Then you can import, hold on that and bring it here, so you can see that purple line, that music title also there, for that drop it there. it's right there now. So now you have to record. From where you have to record, you have to choose the point where you have to record. Otherwise you have to record from the beginning. Okay, drop it there, take your cursor here, put it there. Okay, once you put it there, it is there just. Okay, you start recording. Anyway, you turned on your arm button, so you no need to turn on arm again here, and you can say no input for this uh, pre-recorded or karaoke track, whatever. Okay, no input, so it should not overlap or it should not disturb the original signal. So keep it like this. Then you start recording, click on the recording, it gives the tempo, so it moves on like that. Same again as it is. My voice is recording on top of this, music also playing. And one more important thing, when you have imported your track here, so you should understand that it's in right tempo. So here is, if you don't have right tempo, like it's running fast, but my original signal, if you listen to, this is totally different tempo. 1 2 3 4, that is in the tempo. So to do that, what I have to do, I have to either set tempo here, otherwise do one thing, there is double click on, hover this file over there, your hand symbol will appear. Once that hand symbol appears, you can move, play around with this. Otherwise you cannot. Different level of different places of the signal provides different options, so that you cannot perform the same thing everywhere what you click. Okay, very sensible to this, need to be very sensible to this. Once you are clicking on the top of this, so you can see that, okay, fine, you are able to move this. Okay, fine. Once you move this, there you have to double click. Once you double click, you get this option in the bottom of your window, so that your signal is here, so you can edit signal, whatever you can do. So one important thing, you have to click on this warp. Once you click on this, uncheck this warp. If it is highlighted, by default it won't be. If it is highlighted any case, so your track will follow the tempo of your project. If you don't want to do that, you just click on this warp and uncheck, so that what happens, it stays, remains original. Once it is original, so that you can go with that and you can start recording whatever. Okay, select the track, delete. I deleted the first track. Now you, if you listen here, if you come and listen here, see the tempo, you can absorb it is back to original tempo what my file was. So now you bring this head, play head, wherever you want, and start recording. Okay, so I'll bring this playhead here now. Okay, when you click here on the lines, it will give the playhead placement there. Okay, so many things has to be very carefully how to work initially, then once you used to get it, so it automatically you can do that. I'm starting from here. Now good to go, all settings are fine. Now I am click on this. Once I click on this, it's got it. So this is how, when I'm speaking, it is working. Like this it's going. Okay, so once it is done, if you have any editing thing, so we will look in the next session or sometime else. Again, that is another chapter here. So we have to learn step by step, slowly master your every bits and pieces of operations through this software. Get familiar with the one part, then move to another part. Okay, so fine. So far so we learned how to record audio, then we'll move to the next session. See you in the next class. Okay.